Well, good day, guys. I'm Steve. You're watching Apocalypse Off-Road. Today, we're not going to be off in the bush, wheeling, doing crazy stuff. We're actually going to be pulling some wrenches. This is a project I've been putting off for a while. I've had this 1994 Mazda B4000 for a while now. It's a manual trans truck. You've seen it in some of my videos, doing some fun off-roading in the bush, romping around. Does really well, runs great. But the body's a little rough, the frame's a little rough, it's missing some glass, the interior's a little rough. I don't have paperwork. So I said all along, if I found another one that's got a really good body and a bad motor, I'd do a swap. So here we have a 94 Mazda B3000 automatic truck with a seized engine. So on this video, what we're going to do is going to be mostly time-lapse. I might do a few little tidbits here and there of some interesting things, but we're going to roll in the red truck, pop the cab off if I can get the bolts out, and we're going to pick up the whole motor, trans, drivetrain, everything all in one piece, set her on the floor, drop that back down, push that out, then we'll drag this one in, do the same thing, and then we'll just start mixing and matching and swapping, and hopefully within a day or two we'll have a nice, clean, running, driving Mazda B4000 manual trans truck. So hope you guys enjoy. This should be a fun one. All right, well, she's been sitting here for a few months, but she should fire right up. She's always had a bit of a draw on the battery, so can't leave her hooked up. Got my trusty key. Let's see what happens. I think last time I drove this, I was up 4x4 and in the mountains above Enderby. Oh yeah, baby. It's fine. Yeah. A little sputtery there, but she cleared right up. Yeah, it's a good running motor. We've got a little rust on the valve cover. I've yet to actually fix, but the RTV's been holding up more or less. All right, well, let's get her in the shop, start tearing it apart. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, power windows. Those work. Well, that one does. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll throw some new spark plugs in while it's out, maybe, just for good measure. I mean, if you watch my last video where I was out wheeling this thing, I admit I was driving it pretty hard. We were pretty well on the limiter going up some of them rocky hills and stuff. So if you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out. Perfect. We're in. Where's my key? Okay. Now we're gonna fire up the time lapse. We'll see if we can get this rusty cab bolt out. Okay, so let's make sure we're on the lift nicely. Okay, and we're not going to fall off. So that one here, we're going to maybe hit that with the wire wheel and some weasel juice before we bust it off. Next one looks to be all the way back here. Yeah, nothing in between. Okay, that's good. So where's this one? Yeah, nicely accessible. So, and then there's probably a couple more at the very front, usually. Right here. Okay. So, yeah, I can get some juice on the top of these ones, and hopefully everything comes out. still really hot. We got one of the front ones all the way out, and the other one snapped off right away. So that's good. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to kind of dig around inside here, find the top of the bolts, because they're just spinning, and we're gonna have to put a socket or a wrench on this end, which I kind of expected. So yay. Let's see. Yeah, we gotta dig a little. All right, stay tuned. All right, so this here is what we're looking for on the inside. We've still got remnants of rat junk in here. There we go. Okay, 18 mil short socket. Seems to work good there. The way I like to do this when you're alone, stick an old battery or something heavy on top of there. So hopefully it stays on when you go underneath and rattle her off. We'll try this just on the ground because it's probably going to pop off. Yep, fell off already. All right, well, we had about a 50% success rate in not breaking them. Here, these three that weren't rusted right out eventually came out. You see that guy was rusted down to the size of a pencil, as were these two. It's a bit of a battle, but they're out. So cab's ready to come up, other than, you know, everything I got to do under here and the drive shaft. So I guess we got a brake line to undo. Yeah, some wiring, some hoses. We gotta be as careful as we can with this because some of this we're gonna need in the other truck. Yeah, should be smooth sailing from here, right? And you know that steering's gonna come off real easy, of course. Well, I'm a little dirtier than I was last time you saw me, but I've been busy. I got updates. I got most stuff under the hood all disconnected. I just been zipping some stuff off underneath, drive shafts, trans mount. I got the skid plate out of my way. Looks like the motor mounts will be easiest from the top. Got the clutch line disconnected. I might have a go at these bolts or save it for once the cab's out of the way and do it from the top. Might be nicer. I'll probably just grab my zip disc and cut this park brake cable connector there. And then pry it out of here maybe. Or maybe just pry it out of here and then disconnect it the proper way. Anyway. That's about it you need to really do for under the truck. Cab bolts are all out, I saw that. Radiator's out. Yeah, let's bring her down, find out what else I need to do, and then I think we're pretty darn close to popping this cab. Yeah. Stupid antenna. Okay, well, this is the moment. We got our lift repositioned onto the cab. This the steering shaft is rather seized, so far it hasn't budged down there, that rusty thing. See that steering shaft? Anyway, it's down there, trust me, and it's not coming loose, so we're just going to put some pressure on it and see what happens. I guess the only other thing I have as well are these fuel lines. They won't come apart, they're rusted solid, so we're going to put a little tension on those, and maybe we'll end up cutting the line further back or something once we have a look. Anyway, this truck's not going back on the road, so we'll have to be a little more careful with the other one. Hopefully it's not so rusty. Oh, it's coming up. Yep. That's still connected to something. Here we go. Rusted. Yep. Don't even know what that was. What's the other end of this look like? Okay. We got our steering shaft undone there on the other end. So far so good. Forgot these little lights, they sort of unplug themselves. I hear popping and snapping, all kinds of good noises. I don't think that's hooked up to anything. And it's really just these fuel lines. Actually, yeah, those are going to stay with the truck for now. What am I thinking? What about that guy? Yeah, we got some wiring right there. Let's go into the frame. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to look at that. Okay. One moment. That's fine. Yeah, don't worry about those noises. Alright. Voila. That wasn't so bad, was it? I got all kinds of room to fight these fuel lines. If they don't come undone, I'll just hacksaw them off there and deal with them later. Gives me all kinds of room to get this motor mount off now. That was giving me a little struggle. Still works. Beauty. Okay. This is going to be no problem at all. Wow. Okay. Guess I'll fire this back up when I got the crane hooked up to hoist this unit out of here. That, or I'll use the tractor. I don't know. That might be more fun. To be determined. Alright, well, I see her in the daylight here. I think, I don't know if I'm going to bother washing this right now, or maybe I suppose I could plug off a couple of these ports, hit her with the pressure washer, just while it's sitting there. It kind of be nice, get her clean. And we'll look at the tractor over here and pluck her out of there. Okay, well, there you have it. Drivetrain's out. Didn't quite get the steering back on, but give you a look at the aftermath. You know, you got most of your wires for the engine and all that over here. There's a couple more that went down to the rest of the chassis. You got your brake lines, your motor mounts, a couple wires on this side, vacuum lines, AC, radiator, clutch, drive shafts. You know, for the amount of work it takes to try and pull one of these motors without pulling the cab, this is way quicker and it's kind of more fun. So we will pick this back up when we roll in the green truck and start tearing that one apart. It's gonna be good times. All right, guys, I'm not sure where we left off, but the last clip was probably me yanking the motor and trans and everything, that one there, out of the red truck. You see I got my new valve cover from the auto wrecker, got them all cleaned up, painted green, little EGR delete and stuff on that. Now Dad's here. Say hi, Dad.
Hello, how you doing?
He's just supervising.
I'm supervising.
I got everything loose. We're about to pop the cab on the green truck and pluck the motor out of this one. And we'll get this project moving. So here, be camera guy. See if I missed anything.
Snapper is breaking. Oh, look at that. Oh.
Should probably have the hood open.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Come look here. Anyway, we're doing this one. We're leaving this hooked up to the frame so we don't lose our brake fluid, but you got to make sure it doesn't catch on your steering.
So it doesn't get torn out of there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think we're looking good here. Oh, there's one. Hold on. What's this? We got a vacuum hose.
Dipstick.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I think we're good.
Power linkage there.
Yeah.
This is going to get caught on this and
Is
go
it?
snap, I think.
No. Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Doesn't really matter.
Not really.
Oh, I never run. We're not going automatic. What? It's tight. It's in line with the other one.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
That's not even a pretty red anymore. It's dirty.
You do her. Still filming?
Yep.
Always a couple little hookups. Hiccups when you're kind of rushing
Whoa.
things. So now we got a couple motor mounts that are a lot easier to get to now, and the rest of them transfer case bolts, because this transfer case is staying in. We're going to use the auto transfer case on this unit because it works, whereas on the other truck it didn't. So I stuck in an old manual transfer case from a burnt out truck, and I got one more exhaust bolt to cut. Cool. Okay, we'll get the rest of this undone, and then we'll turn you back on when we're ready to pluck it out of here. Watch that transfer case, make sure that separates.
I'd have to tap it with something.
Okay.
Oh.
Got the bolts out.
Oh, there you go. Dang. So it's just a knuckle joint? Or how does that work?
There's a spline or something.
Oh. Oh, there's juice just pouring out of there. Woo!
Oh no.
Oh, the lifeblood.
I was gonna put a pan under there too.
Everything? Might wanna. Oh, it's just pouring out of there.
Oh yeah.
Dang. That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna go crash bang. There you go. Perfect.
Now she's free.
Freed up.
It's gonna be a hell of an angle.
Well, at least the oil pan doesn't have a giant hole in it.
Yeah, well, I looked for that.
Chain come off. Oh.
Okay. Might be enough.
Maybe. Possibly. Oh yeah.
Still got some kind of wire attached here. Oh, ground wire. At the point where I've had to stand here, or it's going to flip over.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Lifting much heavier things than this.
Well, that's what I was going to say about Chris lifting that Coyote with the transmission on my cheap Princess Auto one. It's the exhaust.
What are you filming?
There we go. I'm filming. Little more. Oh, think that'll work. Okay, I'm gonna pull it. Oh. Oof.
Come down.
Oh.
Filming what we're doing.
Yeah, I am filming.
Always pointing the other way.
A little bit.
So there they are, 4 liter, 3 liter. Dad's all dirty, and we got a big empty hole. So we roached this gasket on here, so that's going to be the hang up if I don't save the one on the other truck. So I think I used the new one when I put that in, so it should be good still. And yeah, nothing to it. I change that fuel filter while this is up in the air, and then I got to go in and pull the steering column out and the pedal assembly and swap in the one from the other truck. There's a little bit of work to do, but you get the gist of how this is going to go. It's so much easier when you have the right tools, you know. So yeah, we'll get you back in probably when we're dropping that in here. All right, the time has come. I fought the good fight and got these fuel lines disconnected. I even had to heat this one with MAP gas and cut the other clips off. Man, that was something. Anyway, transfer case is off. New chassis is all pressure washed and clean as it's gonna get. So we should slide in here real nice. We'll get the jack under the transfer case, or maybe I'll just lift it on when I get closer. Anyway, enjoy some time lapse. Okay, well, I screwed up and didn't get most of that on time lapse, but she's in there. Some things to note: the right side motor mount from the 3 liter fits right up perfectly, but on the passenger side here, you actually have to unbolt it and shift it over to the other set of holes and actually cut the dowel pin off the bottom to get that to line up. No biggie. So yeah, now I just gotta spend some time here hooking everything back up, and then we'll lower this cab on there and see if we'll fire it up. went relatively smooth. I had to jack out and adjust a little bit here and there, but she's sitting down there pretty close. Now I gotta button up a few more things here, plug everything in. Steering column's not in yet. I gotta put that in. And yeah, I can't imagine the ECM down in this corner from the 3-liter will run the 4-liter, because this has a single coil and a distributor, whereas this has, well, it has a coil pack with 6 wires going to it, no distributor. So I mean, I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work, I'll just swap the other one over. So that's when I'll bring you back in. Okay, so it wasn't quite as easy as I'd hoped. I started plugging things in and everything was fitting real nice, but lo and behold, there's one plug that's different. This little guy here is a got the male pins in it, whereas the harness in this truck has the female pins. So that one plug won't go together. It's probably wired differently anyway, like I thought. So this is the harness out of the red truck. I've already ripped the one out of here and swapped in the ECM from the red truck. This plug looks the same, so hopefully all the dash stuff will be the same and work. It should be, with the exception of you know, a neutral safety switch for the auto versus a clutch safety switch. So we'll probably have to find that, figure that out, and delete it, hotwire it, whatever. So yeah, now I'm going to plug all this in and we'll hit the key and see what happens. Alright guys, moment of truth. I think I got pretty well everything connected, plugged in. We're going to see if she fires up in this truck. I'll put you right here on the battery. Alright, well, you know, a whole lot of nothing so far. It cranks. I'm a little unsure if the fuel pump from the 3-liter is any good. I did have to remove it and hit it with a hammer to make it work. So it may have quit. Let's just push on the Schrader valve here to see if anything comes out. Nothing. I might have to mess with that fuel pump some more. That or my wiring's not good. Maybe we'll give her a little help just to make her park off. That ought to do it. Alright, so got no spark either. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to go over all my wiring again, figure out what I'm missing. Like, this guy looks kind of important. I'm not sure where this goes. To be continued. Alright, I forgot I didn't plug this in. This is up here on the radiator front cross member, whatever it's called. Anyway, the plug's different on this one, so it looks kind of important. Not exactly sure what it is, but we'll go swap it out with the one on the other truck. See what happens. That other plug I was pointing out was for the EGR, which has been deleted. She might have a chance this time. I think that was an ignition module. Oh baby. Yeah, now I think we just got a lack of fuel pressure issue. I'm gonna have to take the pump out of that other truck too, I think. I was just running off the brake clean that was in there. Yeah, so we got a runner other than our fuel issue, so I think tomorrow morning I'll conquer that. We'll swipe that other pump out of the truck and tie up a few more loose ends on this. Just got to finish mounting the column and put this all back together in here, and then, you know, put it back up in the air, put the cab mounts back in. There's the speedo cable under there, a few other little things. Gotta bolt the trans in. Anyway, tomorrow we drive. All right, it's a new morning. We got the cab sitting properly. We got the fuel pump from the red truck in. I dragged that over here this morning because it was a little cooler out. Swapped the wheels over. There's no reason this thing shouldn't fire right up now. Let's see. Well, what? Okay, that's not what I expected. I can hear the pump running. We got lots of fuel there. So, yeah, that's weird. Really weird. We know we have a spark because it starts on brake clean. Yeah. I must not have injector pulse, which is weird if I have spark. Huh. Okay, well, I guess I must have missed something. I'm gonna dig in and figure it out. Alright, well, I just checked my injector pulse with my little Noid light kit here, and I do have injector pulse, so that can only really mean one thing. Since we have fuel, we have spark, we know it runs off brake clean, and we got loads of fuel pressure now, is the old gas is bad. So I guess I'm going to pull the pump back out, suck everything out of the tank, put some fresh gas in, and try again. Well, it would appear my suspicions are correct here. I got my Super Sucker 9 million going, and this is my third canister of straight water. It's all starting to come together now. I think this truck has been in a flood. It's submerged. There was quite a bit of mud inside the frame rails and stuff. So it's all coming together. We'll get this out here, figure it out. I'm going to dump some of this on the ground and just show you. It probably won't even light. There is some gas in it because I added one of these full from the other truck. But yeah. Here. I bet this don't even light off. Oh. Well, I'm shocked. I did not expect that. There is a little bit of gas in this because I mixed in some stuff. It is sizzling like there's stuff other than gas in it. Anyway, I mean, you look at this. This does not look like gasoline. There's just a little bit floating on the top. I think that's what was that last little bit in there. This is it. It's gonna start now. We got about 16 liters of fuel from the other truck in here. See what happens. No. Still water in the injectors. It'll clear out. Oh, yeah, what did I tell you? Breakfast. We'll hook up the last few bits and we'll go for a cruise. Alright, well, I'd say that's working. She spun the tires, goes forwards, goes backwards. Forgot to fill the power steering, so I gotta do that. And then I'll probably run to town, get a jug of premium, throw her in there, and then we'll take this for a proper test drive, go try out the 4x4 out in the bush, and then we'll end this one. Thanks for sticking around and hanging in there, guys.